We're here at the Baker Performance Parts World Headquarters here, and it's full of race cars right now. There's so many race cars in this shop, you can't see it out of the sides here, that we actually have cars outside because there's no room for them inside. I'm here at the bully Dwayne Baker. We're getting ready for the 2015 season, and we spoke off camera. This is going to be your busiest season yet. You got a lot going on. I guess your primary goal, your focus right now is going to be on the Sunset Speedway Limited Late Model Championship, but that wasn't always how 2015 was going to go, though, right? You were sort of ready to step away from your weekly program. What brought you back?
More or less the NASCAR wheel and good money, and it's good competition at Sunset too. So we were looking more at the Pro Late Model deal, which we're still going to do probably all of it, but we're going to concentrate at Sunset too.
So now you're going to be coming with a different chassis than you were in 2014. You've sold the chassis from 2014. It's going to another racer in the area. What car will you be in on opening night at Sunset in 2015?
We're going to be in our very championship car.
Okay, so that car was the one that Tyler Liskman ran, and he sort of sold it back to you. So now you're back in it's like a familiar pair of shoes for you. It's an old pair of shoes. Yeah. The Sunset deal, the NASCAR deal, is going to change a lot of things. We're going to qualify differently. We're going to run our races differently. So time trials every night and double features, something that you're a little more comfortable with than the average Sunset driver would be. How much different is that than running a straight up 2 heat races and a feature every night?
Time trial is going to be good. You get to start where you time trial, so that'll be good. And then the first 35, you basically just got to ride it out, try and stay out of trouble, so you're going to be there for the second one. And then if everything goes good, you got a good year at the end of the year.
Now, so we're going to be putting a lot of laps on these cars in feature competition, in race trim, but the tire rule, from what I understand, is still going to be the same as it's always been.
Yeah.
So the tire game is going to be huge, right?
Yeah. It's going to be whoever saves their tires got the best tires, and whoever can qualify on their best tires.
So now I guess that puts a lot of pressure on the crew chief.
Yep.
Tire management, and Kyle Baker didn't want to be in this video, so that's why I had to make sure that we mentioned him. So that's on Kyle then, the tire management.
Yeah. Kyle's gonna look after the tires.
It's your job to burn them up, and it's your job to take care of them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, you're also going to be out there with the APC Pro Late Model Series, and that's going to be. Tell me a little bit about the car that you're going to be running in that series.
We want to run basically the car we took to Florida last year. Some of the rules, we got to change the car a little bit. We got the motor, everything's here to get the car done. We're just going to wait and see if we can't run this car, we're going to run the car that's sitting outside.
Okay, and that's another Port City chassis you picked up from. Okay, so we got cars everywhere here. It's good for me to come down here every once in a while just to get up to date with what you guys are working with. So I have a vague idea of your collection. So the Pro Late Model, as it sits right now, is almost ready to go, but now you got to change a couple of things because it looks ready to go right now.
Yeah, it's basically all ready to go. We just got to put the motor and training in it, and that's about it.
So that tour is going to take you to some places that you're awfully familiar with. Obviously, we're going to go to Sunset twice. You're totally fine there. You're going to go to Peterborough, which you've won the Classic there in Pro Late Model competition, and you've been good there before. So Sauble, how are you at Sauble?
Sauble's we won there 4 years ago for Dash for Cash on a Wednesday night. It was kind of funny. Brandon Watson was leading, Parker was second, and I was third. So Kyle says, just stay behind Parker. And then Parker dumped Brandon on the last lap and we won. So on the way out, it was kind of funny. Parker standing at the back of the car. I said, roll down the window. I didn't know Parker very well then. I said, thanks for the $1,000, Parker. He looked at, he was pissed. So after that, we kind of got pretty good friends after that, so it was kind of funny.
So Sauble's going to be all right. You've won there. So that just leaves Flamborough and Delaware. I know that Delaware, you're not able to get out there very much. So you don't have the laps there that some of the other guys have. Is that going to put you at a bit of a disadvantage?
We plan on going to go test and then probably maybe do a Saturday night or a Friday night deal. Race, like one race or something before we go there. So we ran there with the Oscar. We did good. We had a good run there until we ran out of fuel. But we weren't the only ones. I think there's 4 or 5. It was kind of got crazy at the end. But
That was the only Oscar race ever that came down to a fuel mileage game. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
So
Good
what's your opinion on the tour? I mean, this is really something that we haven't had this for a decade in Ontario. To bring a Pro Late Model touring series back. I mean, what do you think about it?
I think it's going to be huge. It's going to be probably, it'll end up probably bigger than the Jigs crate deal, I think, because we already got 40 something cars.
Yeah.
And some of the guys I haven't even heard of, but a lot of really good cars, good drivers. So it's going to be, I think it's going to probably be the best thing that ever happened in Ontario in auto racing. And
Did it surprise you when so many well-known drivers sort of jumped on board right away? And then not only did they jump on board, but they went that one step further and went to the States and bought cars just to show how committed they were. I mean, Andrew Gressel goes out and buys a Pro Late Model just for the tour. Josh Stoddy goes and get one just for the tour. Did it surprise you how quickly this tour gained traction?
well, Ontario's probably needed it probably for 10 years. I was kind of hoping it was going to happen with the limited late model deal because there was good car count there all over. But for a limited late to a pro late, there isn't a whole lot of difference. So I think it's going to be good. You got, and especially with the guys that are registered, you don't even got Tommy registered, you don't got Chris Morrow, you don't got
Jason Whitty?
Yeah, like I'm for sure they're going to run if it comes to sunset. So you start mixing all them guys in, it's going to be a pretty impressive race.
I mean, I don't think there's going to be a single race that the APC Tour runs all year where we're not going to be sending cars home. I think it's going to be a B main just to make the show. Do you feel as though, is there a chance that Sunset for their limited late model series is also going to be the same thing? Do you think we're going to be sending cars home on a regular Saturday night?
I would say probably for the first 3 or 4 nights. I would say we're going to have over 30 cars. So, well, last year the first race we sent 4 or 5 cars.
That's right, for the Spring Velocity. That's absolutely right.
So it's going to be racing's coming back to Ontario.
Now you still have the Oscar. It's in various states of disassembly right now. I guess Kyle's putting some go fast parts on it and getting it ready. So with all your other endeavors you have going on, how many opportunities are you going to have to run the super late model this year?
It's kind of on the back burner right now until we get everything else done. Like, it's not far from basically body, and then we got to concentrate on the 2 cars for Sunset and the Pro right now to get them done. And then the Encat's car is going in this week to get all lettered up for the show this weekend, so that'll be good.
I'm happy that you mentioned the Encat's car because anytime I'm out at a race shop or with some fans and your name comes up, this is what people want to talk about because it came so out of left field when you had this opportunity come up in 2014, come out at Kawartha and really for all intents and purposes had a good run. You know, your first time at Kawartha in this style of car, you had a real respectable finish. So you're looking at a really limited schedule in 2015 with the Encat's car, I'd imagine?
We're going to try the very first 2 ovals, which is Show Today and Sunset. So we're kind of pumped about Sunset. And Show Today, they say they're pretty close, so we'll see how it goes. And then if everything goes all right there, we might go out to Riverside.
See, also, if I had to pick the 3 tracks on the schedule that are your style, those would probably be the 3 that I would point to without question. Yeah. Now, Gord Coates is on board, and Coates wanted you to go and run the whole deal, right?
Yeah. We had a meeting there during the winter, and Gordy, he's a funny guy, so we go in and we're talking, and I said, well, how many times do you want to race? I don't care, do whatever you want, run them all. So it kind of calmed down, and then this Pro Late Model deal, and then Sunset getting the NASCAR wheeling thing, and I went and had another meeting, I said, how about we just kind of do 2, maybe 3? He says, I don't care, whatever you want to do. So it was great that way.
It's always easy when you have a flexible car owner. You got a flexible car owner, a flexible sponsor, when they sort of just let you do whatever you want. It makes things a lot simpler. Now, is there a chance we ever see you on a road course in Encat? Is that something you've always wanted to do?
Mixie said I could try a test at Mossport when they go, but I don't know. I've never been on the track, never been on a road course, so It'd probably be fun. I'd like to try it, at least try it once.
I mean, Kerry Mix is a really good road course racer. When you see Kerry Mix on a short track, his style is pretty similar to yours. You know, that sort of balls out, super aggressive type of strategy. He uses that in the late model, very much like. I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to translate into a pretty good road course racer.
I guess if the car was all set up perfect and just jumped in it and tried it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We got a busy summer, so we'll see how everything goes.
So the Encat deal is sort of an open schedule in terms of 2016, 2017. I mean, it's not a 1 year deal. You can sort of come back to this car if you wanted to.
Probably, yeah. Like Gordy's health coming back, he's been really good. So as long as he's healthy and he wants to go racing, we'll go racing.
I think that's perfect. I mean, I think what the Encat tour needs right now is an influx of fresh faces and new drivers. And I mean, I can't wait to see how you do in this thing at Sunset. I think that's going to be phenomenal. You know, get you and LP Dumoulin and Jason Hathaway and all those guys, like, Mark Dilly out there side by side. That's going to be all right.
I'm looking forward to Sunset. It's on the calendar. So,
so let's talk a little bit about 2014. That was a huge year for you guys. The title run that you laid down at Sunset. If I had told you 5 years ago when we first redid the new Sunset that you were going to be a champion there, would you have believed me?
Sunset's it's a hard place to figure out it, and the competition is far to none. Like I'd say you got probably the best racers in Ontario in the limited late, for sure. So if you can come out of there with 2 or 3 wins a year, you're doing pretty good. Like, go back to the question. I didn't think I would.
Because it felt as though you struggled more than anyone thought you were going to.
Yeah.
I mean, because when Sunset was redone, I mean, you're still one of the bigger names in Ontario in the limited late model division. But at the time, I mean, I think everyone thought that you were going to sort of walk in there and sort of have your way with the place. And it took you a little while to get going. I think it might have taken longer than a lot of fans sort of thought it would.
Yeah. The track changes so much, and then we got tired of messing with the car so much, so we took 3 days, and we went to Sunset, and we tested every night. I said to Mark, I said, I want the lights on, and I want the time scoring on. And we finally found it the last night. But, and Sunset's great. Like, you can go there any night of the week if you want to practice. Like, Mark's really, really good that way, so it's, hopefully we can do the same thing with the Encat's car. We can get it dialed in 100%, so we'll see.
Just go and strap in and don't come out until you're fast.
Yeah.
I got you. That's cool. I mean, so every time we talk, I always like to touch a little bit on your crew chief and your son. Because it's such a cool deal. Like, there's so few father and son tag teams, tandems like this, where you guys work together, you put this package together. And Kyle's really come into his own as a crew chief, as a setup man, to the point where drivers are coming from across the province now to come to Kyle and have Kyle sort of put his hands on their car. So for you to just sort of sit back and see all this happening, you got to be incredibly proud of what you guys have been able to build these last couple of years.
Yeah, he's learned a lot from a lot of good quality guys like Junior Hanley, Peter, there's Ray. Helped us for a lot, so he learned from a lot of good guys. So he's kind of like a big sponge. He takes it all in.
Yeah.
Learns from everybody, right? So he's been really good that way.
Now, are we at the point now where if you guys are in the pit area with one of your cars, whether it's the Pro Late or the Limited Late or the Super, and Kyle wants to try something and you're not sure it'll work, you just sort of trust him and go with what he wants to do?
Well, we did that last year. He wanted to change. We tried a lot of stuff at the end of last year for the big races. And if you don't try something, you ain't going to learn or you ain't going to know. But we got in a few arguments over a few things at the end of last year because we had a quick car right up to the end of the year and we were losing it. So it was, we had a few arguments, let's put it that way.
You've won some big races. Is the Autumn Colors Classic the biggest race you've ever won? Does that just like take the cake for all the victories you've had?
I like the Don Biederman, really. because you had Jeff Hanley, Kevin, Gressel, like probably every one of my NASCAR races, it was a top quality driver that we ran door handle to door handle for the win. Like that one race with me and Gressel, like that was just, it was crazy. Like, and running against with Jeff, and they're all good drivers. You can run, I don't know, I bet you we ran probably 25 laps side by side. And where can you race like that?
So now remembering, when you, like knowing the battle that you had with Andrew Gressel on a Super Late, when you got news that he had went and bought a car for this Pro Late Model Tour, did it sort of give you just that little extra motivation because you knew that you'd be able to do that all over again?
Yeah, it's like him, Shaw, all, I don't know, there's so many good drivers going to be in that series, so it's going to be a battle every night. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be good.
So how many races are you thinking right now on the schedule? If you have to take a stab at it, a rough guess, how many nights are you going to be rolling a car out of the trailer out of Speedway in 2015?
We're going to probably be up around 35 nights.
That's incredible. I mean, this team is probably one of the most active in the province in terms of, you race every weekend as long as, weather cooperates, sometimes twice a weekend if you can. How do you keep from getting burned out?
I don't get burned out, it's the guys. And the end of last year was guys were getting tired, so it's, we just gotta get we got a couple more guys coming on board with us, so we got 5, 6 really good guys, so I think we'll be fine, as long as we're not smashing the car up and everything goes smooth, and there should be no reason why not to do it.
Now, so you're coming off of a Sunset Championship year where, the car was right pretty near every night. You were on your game every night. What kind of schedule does that give you back at the shop when you're on a championship run, when you're trying to beat the best guys in the province for a track championship at a track like Sunset? How many hours in the shop on a weekly basis is that?
Probably 3 to 4 nights. We're probably in here.
Wow, that's incredible. And then this year, with the schedule you've got, it's probably going to be the same thing.
Be the same thing. Like, it'll be crazy for June because of the 2 Encats races, because it's just it's incredible how much work you got to do on that car. Because you basically got to rebuild it after every race.
Which is funny because you mentioned how radically different these cars are from any of your late models. I mean, it truly is a night and day difference.
Yeah. I kind of call it a glorified Thunder car with big tires and big motor. They don't got the brakes, and they're a heavy car. So, but I was really surprised the first time I jumped in it at Sunset how well it worked. So I was pretty happy with it.
When Gord first came to you and said that he was going to buy one of these cars and wanted you to drive it, did you think he was kidding?
No, I was actually sitting in the beer gardens having a beer with Parker and I can't remember who else it was, but
it was at the Barry show, right? It was at the Barry Encat race.
Guy comes up and he goes, "Somebody just bought you a car. They're pulling it out of the trailer." And I said, "Come on!" I didn't believe him. And so I walk around the corner, go down the pits, and Mixie's grabbing me. He goes, "We're going to do this deal. Let's get going. You got to get your suit and your helmet and all this." And then I look up and the car's coming out of the trailer. I said, "Oh my God." But that's what Gordy's like. He's a spur of the moment, and he likes to a lot of excitement.
So of all the races you're going to run this year, is the Sunset Encats race, is that what you're most excited for? Because you're going to go to Autumn Colors, you're going to go, there's some huge races on the APC Tour, whatever Oscar dates you've got going on, but is the Sunset Encats date just the one that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I've been, ever since they got that race, I think that's going to be, it'll probably be the best show of the whole season.
I think we're going to pack the place. I think the Sunset's just absolutely going to ram the place because this is the race that the drivers have wanted it forever. The fans have asked for it every single year. When are you going to get Encats? When are you going to get Encats? So the hype I think is just going to be unbelievable.
It's going to be huge, and then you got the Gary Reynolds on Friday night, so it's gonna be lots of camping.
And you'll be out there for that one as well.
Yeah, we'll be up there.
So, you're good friends with Mark Dilley. I mean, you guys have had a great relationship, you know, for as long as you've been at Sun. You're at Sunset because Mark Dilley is there. Is that who you've been leaning on to sort of get some information for these Encat cars because they drive so much differently, because it's a whole different ballgame from what you're used to?
Yeah, me and Mark are like really similar in driving styles. We like the same feel. So between Mark and Kerry Mix, they've helped us out a lot. So it's been good that way.
Now I know that you're no stranger to racing, you know, across the border. You know, recently you've been down to Toledo, you've been to New Smyrna, you know, numerous times. Skipped out on the World Series this year to sort of prepare for the APC Tour and some of the other cars you've got being prepped here. Will we see you back in the States sometime in the near future? If not 2015, maybe 2016? Are there some races that you haven't done yet that you want to?
I don't think we're going to go anywhere this year. We just got too much planned to do here in Ontario, so, and the car is going to be basically turned over to a Pro Late Model for here, so I don't think we're going to go anywhere this year. Maybe in the wintertime or something, we might pick a race, but I'd like to go to Nashville for that All-American.
For the All, because you guys went last year as fans, right? Yourself and Sherry.
Me and Mark, we went down just to check it out, and because it was a Pro Late Model race, and Laking went down, and so we figured we'd fly out and go check it out and check a few bars and did some bar hopping and had some fun there. It was good. Did
you go to the stage? Where'd you go on Broadway in Nashville?
Tootsie's is a pretty big bar. They got band in the front and band in the back. and it's a pretty good place to go party.
It's funny how hard Nashville is on tires, though. That's what you always hear when guys go down there.
It's like I didn't think it was that fast of a track, but it's fast.
Yeah.
It's like Toledo. It's like New Smyrna. It's pretty fast.
Another track that's sort of always at the top. When I talk to guys in the States, when I talk to United States-based teams, the Snowball Derby or the Snowflake 100 is the one that always comes up. It's their autumn colors. It's their Gary Reynolds Memorial. It's at the top of their list.
Yeah.
You've been down there before numerous times as a fan.
Yeah.
Is it on your bucket list to maybe? I mean, not putting a date on it, not putting a year, but to one day get down there and run either as a Pro Late or a Super Late at Five Flag Speedway?
It's so hard for you to go in somebody's backyard and try and compete against those guys, because those guys are running there all the time. Either they're there or run at least a dozen times or half a dozen times a year. So for one of us to go down there and try and compete or even get in the show, it's tough. Like even like New Smyrna or Toledo, like when we went to Toledo last year, it's hard because these guys run there all the time. So that'd be like, say, us run at Sunset in our limit late, and then those guys trying to come down and make our show.
Yeah.
So, without going down to Task or run there quite a bit, then you could try and go and run for that show, but it's pretty tough. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. It's the tire bill to run as a Super Late Model. It's insane.
Yeah, it's huge. Like I don't even know how some of those teams can afford to go, because just a tire bill alone's got to be $8,000, $7,500, I would say at least.
Yeah, I think to hear what some of the bigger teams like a Bubba Pollard spends on tires, it's way up there.
Yeah, they go out for 3 laps and then they put another set on because it's so important to qualify to get in the show. And
that's all they worry about
so they go out and put
practice.
After 3 laps, the tire falls off so much, and then you got to put another set on. So it's pretty tough. Like I'm probably one of the guys that would love to go down and run with those guys, because I've always wanted to. And you know what I mean? It's a pretty big deal I don't know how Jeff Hanley and Donnie Biederman and all them guys did all that.
Oh, it's wild.
Like some of the stories Junior told me about him going. He'd go by himself, show up to a track, win that race, and all the guys back here, he says, at Flamborough, they're having another big show 3 days later. he rolls in there by himself, and they all figured he wasn't going to show. Won that race too. It was kind of funny because Junior told us a lot of good stories. It was pretty funny, but I don't know how they did it back then. Like the traveling, it's crazy.
Oh, it's like hearing them travel all the way to Oxford, Maine for the
Oh,
Oxford
yeah.
250 on an open trailer with a pickup. You know,
Yeah.
just him and maybe one buddy.
Yeah.
You know, you had Junior and Biederman and whoever else, you know, hauling all the way out there.
Yeah,
You know,
it's huge.
It's insane. So okay, so this year you're back at Sunset. We didn't think we were gonna have you to win a championship back to back. I mean, it's at Sunset. It's almost, it's not impossible. It's just really hard to have all the stars aligned to beat all these guys. What are the fundamentals? What are you going to need to do on a nightly basis to make sure you're in the running when the calendar flips over to September and those races really start to come down to the wire?
More or less, don't wreck. Try and finish in the top 5. You got Chris Morrow and I don't know. There's so many.
It's a murderer's row of all these guys that are
If you
racing
run
for
in the
championship.
top 10 or top 8, now you got more guys coming from Barrie. Like Gordy's going to be a good runner, and it's going to make it a lot tougher too. So you're going to have to be on the ball.
Now, my last question. We'll wrap this up. I just want to know because we're going to have this influx of Barrie talent coming down to Sunset, which I think is phenomenal. I hate that we lost the track, but I love that we're having guys coming down from Barrie. I love that we're going to get Gord Shepherd running at Sunset on a full-time basis. I think that's going to be phenomenal. For an ex-Barrie guy, do you have any message to the Barrie guys? What are they going to need to do? How are they going to need to adjust their styles? Because the two tracks really, truly are radically different. Well, I mean, what are they going to need to adjust to make sure that they're sort of in the mix every night?
I don't know, because they're totally opposite. It took me a while to kind of figure it out too, but Alan and Gordy, they've been around long enough. They've won big races too, so it won't take them long. It won't take them long. Like, they'll figure it out. It's going to be a lot tougher.
Yeah.
It's not like Barrie. There was only maybe 4 or 5 really good guys.
Now all of a sudden you're in a field where there's
12,
16,
12
15
to
guys that can
15,
win on every night.
Like, it's crazy. It's restarts would be the biggest thing.
Well, I appreciate the time. I appreciate you guys sort of shutting things down for a half an hour to talk to us. 'Cause I know you were busy when I walked in the door, so Kyle's over there tinkering, getting things ready to go. So I appreciate it. Who are the folks that we should thank for making all this possible? 'Cause I know you got a lot of really good people behind you.
Sancor Homes has been with us. They're huge. Gordy Coates, Clearview Heating, Baker Performance Parts. We're talking with 2 other sponsors. We don't know 100% yet, but and NISCO, National Leasing, they've been with us, and so see the other 2 guys come in, but we've always had good sponsors, so the amount of racing we're going to do, we need them.
No kidding. So there you go, folks. Come at the Sunset and watch Dwayne go to work. If you come to Sunset every night, over the course of the season, you'll be able to see Dwayne run a Pro Late Model, a Limited Late Model, a Super Late Model, and an OSCAR. And we might stick him in a Thunder car just to get you, just to hit 5 divisions in one season, or a mini stock. We'll find a mini stock that we can fit him in, and we'll make sure that we'll get him out there. So come to Sunset every week and watch the bully Dwayne Baker try to knock down back-to-back championships in the Limited Late Model division, and try to go for a title in the APC United Late Model Series. It's going to be a busy year. Thank you for tuning in. We'll check back in with Dwayne a little bit closer to opening night.